absolutely incredible result for Liverpool. Manchester United's biggest loss since I think the 1936 7-0 thumping. But we are not here to talk about the match, but we are here to talk about what the match implies because that top four race is now wide open. Right off the bat, I think we can just assume like top three is fairly secure, irrespective of the order. I think we still believe that United, City, and Arsenal are going to take up three of those four spots. So we are really trying to figure out who is going to clinch that number four in
Fourth.
there. Who is your pick for this, Karthik? As the table stands right now, Tottenham are in fourth, Liverpool in fifth, Newcastle in sixth, Fulham in seventh, and Brighton in eighth. I go all the way down to Brighton because they have three games in hand at this point.
I'm not counting Tottenham for top four because they are Tottenham. They are known to do a bottling job better than Coca-Cola. So I am not considering them. And again, Conte, he's there, he's not there. Been he's been at the hospital
Yeah,
for
he's still not back yet.
yeah, still not back yet. I don't think that is going to work well for them. So discounting Spurs out, who are we left with? Liverpool, Newcastle, outside shout to Brighton. I think the most realistic chances are for Liverpool because they have strung up some performances, today being a significant one, and they don't have as many draws. I think the reason Newcastle might miss out on their top four is because they have had a bajillion draws,
Mm-hmm.
and draws only yield 1 point. One point at the business end of the season does not bode well for them, and they've forgotten how to score. So I don't see Newcastle making the cut.
Yeah, and I also think like fixture wise, like all three teams have like pretty tough fixtures still in the line. Newcastle still have to face Manchester United. They have to face Spurs, which is going to be a top four clash. They have to face us, Arsenal as well, and they have to face Chelsea towards the end of the season as well. Spurs have Brighton, Newcastle, United, and Liverpool coming in, and Liverpool have to play City. They have to play us again. They have to play Chelsea, and I think they have to play Tottenham themselves, of course. So even on that balance, I think Liverpool probably have the best chance of it because Chelsea is still in a moment. So again, probably a winnable fixture, and Spurs is like a top four decider almost. So it's only two really tricky fixtures that they have to face is that Manchester City and Arsenal, which I'm a little bit worried about because if Liverpool play this way at Anfield, that is really worrisome for us going there. And I think I want to give a shout out to Brighton because it is very underrated where they are right now. If they win, assuming they win all three of their games in hand, which why not? Because they just thumped West Ham 4-0 like it was a walk in the park. They go into that fourth position just 2 points off of United. Which is incredible when you consider it. And Brighton also have a fairly tricky fixture list. They face United, they face Spurs, they face Chelsea, City, and Arsenal. So five really tricky fixtures for them as well, which is probably
Adding to
the only
that,
reason.
yeah, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
Adding to that, they're facing Spurs, Chelsea, and City back to back,
yeah.
which
So
is going to be hell on earth.
that is the only reason that I feel like Brighton will miss out is they just have trickier fixtures up ahead of them. But I mean, Liverpool looked so energized today. It was just incredible the scenes that we were witnessing there. Not to mention the fact that they're probably going to go out of the Champions League at this rate. I find it impossible for them to turn around a 5-2 result against Real Madrid, which means they're just going to be focused on that top four position. So they're out of the FA Cup. Obviously, EFL is all done. And Klopp has been in this situation before where, 2 seasons ago, I believe it was, right? Where they were just hit with a whole bunch of injuries. Everybody wrote them off and they just clawed their way back into that fourth position. So this team is used to that position, and it seems like Gakpo and Nunez are finally finding some sort of form. Jota is back. Van Dijk seems to be somewhat finding his feet again as well. I mean, do you see like a Brighton or maybe even a Fulham? We haven't really talked about Fulham. They haven't been like their underlying numbers, with stats wise, they really should not be where they are, but they're just playing with this just absolute reckless abandon where they just go out and just play
They
the
don't
way they
have
want
anything
to.
else to play for.
Exactly. Like the main thing priority for them was avoid relegation, which is pretty much clear and done now. Um, so they can possibly come in and spoil the party as well. Who knows?
Realistically, it's a huge battle between Fulham, Spurs, Brighton, and Newcastle to get fourth or fifth spot. Liverpool honestly are placed much better than these four clubs. So I think it's going to be Liverpool fourth and one of these clubs as fifth and sixth for the Europa spots. It's going to be highly unfortunate for whoever that is, but there is something in this season. I think there is going to be some sort of upset in that order.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Liverpool is going to finish fourth as well. It would be incredible if Newcastle clinch fifth because that's European football, which I don't think they would have anticipated getting there so soon in the season. Let us know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. Do you actually think Liverpool can clinch that fourth spot, or do you think Spurs will rally at the last minute like they did last season, or if Newcastle can turn their form around, or does Brighton have what it takes to actually get into that top four spot? As always, like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.